All right, once again, Doug from Salt Lake. All right, so we heard back from the federal district court. They are dismissing the case for lack of subject matter jurisdiction. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you. We've been through all the objections. We've been through all the stuff that we filed. This is the most important part right here is plaintiff's state of domicile to be diverse from defendant's state of domicile. So they're looking at 28 USC 1332, which requires plaintiff's state of domicile to be diverse from the defendant's state of domicile. So, they're picking at straws. They're picking and choosing. So it also says here that the plaintiff claims Douglas Mooney and Douglas Mooney are diverse and that ORS is foreign. Well, they know that that's true, okay? They know that this is public and this is private, but the plaintiff is public and ORS is public. So I'm not sure exactly what they're looking for. 28 USC 1332. Let's look that up real quick. And it says district courts have original jurisdiction in all civil actions where the matter in controversy is over 75,000, right? And is between citizens of a state and citizens or subject of a foreign state. Okay, well, I thought that's where we were. Except that the district court shall not have jurisdiction under this subsection if an action between the citizens of a state and the citizens or subjects of a foreign state who are lawfully admitted for permanent residence in the United States and are domiciled in the same state. So I think that's what they're going with. You got to remember, man, all these fucking people are corrupt. Okay, they're all looking out for each other. So it says suits by private citizens against state agencies in federal court are furthermore barred by the 11th Amendment. I haven't checked out the 11th Amendment yet, but I'm going to. So anyway, new people, anybody who is fighting child support or fighting your state or federal or any of these knuckleheads that are trying to coerce you into their jurisdiction. So we all know that the first thing I did was I did my secured party process, and then I did an administrative process, and then I took them to federal court. Now I think that might have been, and once again, I don't know if I said this, but this isn't legal advice. This is just my opinion. This is what I'm doing. I hope something here helps. But state agencies cannot be sued by a state citizen in a federal district court. That's according to these knuckleheads. So that means this weekend we need to go back to my original bill in equity, my original administrative process, and get all the paperwork together again, fill out a civil cover sheet, and we're taking them to state court. And we're going to plead. I'm going to add some things to the bill in equity so that there's enough information in the first pleading to at least get them to raise an eyebrow and say, okay, well, we should probably look at this. And then I'm also going to put something in there that I will not be answering any of the motions from any attorneys, and I'm going to put in stuff in there about statements of counsel are not sufficient for a motion to dismiss. That's Trinzi versus Pagliaro and Miranda versus Arizona, and there's a bunch of other ones, but statements of counsel are not sufficient for a motion to dismiss. It's going to go in the original pleading. That way they can't just put in a motion to dismiss and the court just can't dismiss it. So anyway, we will catch up this weekend. Before I leave, this is something else I've been looking into, and I would highly, highly recommend that you people take a look at this website. So this is SEDM, Sovereignty, Education, and Defense Ministry. Okay, SEDM.org. Okay, you can see it right here, SEDM.org. Man, they got so much stuff. They got so much stuff. And if you go over here and first of all, the first thing you got to do is be a member. Okay, so you have to fill out a membership. Okay, there's a membership subscription and there's compliant memberships. But what I want to show you is the forms page, which is literally, let's see, all forms, a single page. Here it is. All right, so what's important is this right here is the source, and it starts at 01.001, and it goes and goes and goes and goes, and there is so much stuff in here to look at and read, and they have PDF forms. And one of the things that I like is I can get into all these right here, okay? And then these here, these are where you have to pay a little bit of money, okay? But then I can get all these, okay? I can get all these, I can get all these here, okay? Now all this stuff is copyrighted material. This is all SEDM's property. And one of the things that I just want to show you is, let's see, let me pull up a couple here. Okay, so we got a couple of things. Now this one, Path to Freedom, is where you start, and it's 388 pages of God's law, what's wrong with their stuff, how to leave the government farm, okay? And it's just, I mean, just look at this. This right here is just the table of contents, okay? And this is, how many pages is this? Let's see here. I think it's like 40 something pages of contents. This is, and it's all these, you know, IRS forms. It's got all these things. These are all lawful legal deception. You know, this is member agreement. You know, it's all this stuff, man. Then it goes into policies and all kinds of stuff, man. Exhibits, some stuff from Liberty University, the New American Civil Religion. What is this? Forms and instructions on what you're doing and why you're doing it. Biblical stuff. This is what Thomas Jefferson. Okay, there's so much information in these. Okay, and then it starts going into the introduction. Okay, what you do, why you're doing it, what you look. This is like it breaks it down. Okay, get a computer, secure your computer, read, sign, and submit your membership agreement. Okay, and then you know what you do? You start reading. Okay, you start reading documents. You start reading, and so this one is 388 pages long. Okay, so I just went back to the forms page, and I went over here under memorandums of law. Okay, and see the source here. You can get into all this stuff here. This is for members. Okay, so you can get into all this stuff, and I just clicked on one of them, the trader business scam. Okay, this one is 273 pages long. Okay, this one here, this one's 270 pages long. Okay, so requirement for consent, 472 pages long. Okay, I mean, these guys went into huge detail, and they back it up, man. They back it up with all these case laws and cross, you know, referencing and stuff. So I would, if I was you, I would go to sedm.org and check them out, man, because I'm telling you what, these people here are, man, are on the board, you know. And one of the biggest things that they talked about in the stuff that I'm reading in Path to Freedom, um, one of the biggest things that they talk about is the Social Security number. Okay, because we all know that we're being tracked with the Social Security number. So one of the biggest things that they brought up, and again, I'm still reading, so it's going to take a minute, but I tell you what, if they're depending on the contract of the Social Security number that makes you a federal employee or federal property or a federal franchise, or if they've attached this Social Security number to you and taken all your constitutionally protected rights, because now you are over here in their jurisdiction with no rights, only privileges and benefits. But you made that contract when you were fucking 4 years old. That's a void contract. Okay. And it's a voidable contract. And all the money that you've paid into the system for Social Security, you can get back, because it's all been done under fraud, because you got a Social Security number before you were at the age of majority. Okay. Before you were able to make a conscious, intentional, voluntary, consensual contract, you were given that number. You didn't agree, and damn well there wasn't full terms and conditions. So this is something else that I'm looking into. Uh, I'm going to start digging into this place. Like I said, all this stuff is copyrighted, so I might be able to give you, a little bit of information. I really, really would challenge and invite you guys to go check out sedm.org. There's so much information on here, man, and it's all Bonnaroo. So what the hell's today? Wednesday? All right, so Saturday and Sunday we'll put out another video. We'll show you what we're doing. We're going back to state court, and we're going to sue the fuck out of these people. They will leave me alone eventually.